Okay, everybody, I did not get my little technical issue fixed, or did I? I did. But anyway, I was green before and I couldn't understand why. And so I was doing some tests, but I'm back on now and I'm here to talk about some great wine and give a little call out. I want to give a call out to my parents who I miss dearly. My parents are amazing, and I have not been able to go and visit them this summer or this spring in Florida like I usually do. But Mom and Dad, I miss you. I love you. And I promise you I will be home to visit soon. I want to talk a little bit about these wines that we have today. So these are wines from a cellar called Sojourn Cellar. Great producer. It's based in the town of Sonoma, and Sojourn Cellars is a highly, highly acclaimed winery. Hard to get wines. You have to join their allocation. They specialize in the production of artisan Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, and Cabernet Sauvignon. It's honestly one of my father's absolute favorite wines. They source their fruit from celebrated vineyards in Napa and Sonoma. Most of their Pinot Noir grapes, I'm pretty sure, come from Sonoma. They help direct farming operations to assure that grapes are produced in a using world-class growing techniques. They consistently produce these high-quality wines, very natural winemaking procedures, and they have showcasing the character and personality of each of the vineyards. Now, we have two wines today. We've got the Russian River Valley Pinot Noir, and we have the 2017 Rogers Creek. So this is the Rogers Creek. We're going to talk about this second. Let's talk about this Pinot. I'm going to pour a little bit first. I'm going to smell a little bit first because it smells so good. So this Russian River Pinot Noir is from Wohler Vineyard. So Wohler Vineyard is literally 5 miles down the road that way. It is a classic Pinot Noir for Sojourn, and it's gotten a rating of 95 points. It's at $54. And so the value, I think, is great because this is such a great vineyard with wonderful Fruit. So Wohler is at the heart, it is literally the heart of Russian River Valley. And it's right near that great Wohler Bridge. If you haven't seen Wohler Bridge, it's a one-lane bridge. I think I talked about it before. It's this beautiful one-lane bridge. So you pull up and you wait until another car comes by. But it's got this old, wonderful feel, and it's so reminiscent of West County. I think anybody watching this that lives in the West County area will agree with me 100%. The combination of the Goldridge series soils, which I've talked about before, that's the soil that really is great for the planting of Pinot Noir, and this gorgeous environment with the great weather really helps them produce this premium Pinot Noir. They use a blend of 5 different Pinot Noir clones that really each provides a different element to this overall wine. It really is... The notes on the nose are amazing. Really reminds me a lot of Russian River Valley when I smell it. It's very earthy, the aromatics of this, and the flavor is this Russian River Valley. I would say it's almost like a cherry finish. Really exceptional Pinot Noir. That is great. This is going to go so well with what we're making today. Okay, I'm going to pour that out. I'm going to pour a little bit of this Rogers Creek in. Our second wine of the day, the Rogers Creek. So this sells for $48, and it's gotten a rating of 93 points. My father and I were kind of going through his wines right before this. He's got this in 2016 or 15, and he said it's absolutely incredible. This vineyard sits in the high up in the Petaluma Gap, so that's kind of on the way up here from San Francisco. When you get to the Petaluma Gap, it's very clear to all of us who drive it all the time because the traffic kind of stops. But the Petaluma Gap area is really suited for growing exceptional Pinot Noir because it's got that cool fog. It's a cool fog region. I've talked about fog regions before. Grapes that grow in those regions sometimes are a lot smaller, and the fruit flavor is so much more. The juice is so intense. It's a really this is a delicious wine. It's got earthy mushroom notes to it. Really, That's so good. Bright fruit, these bright fruit flavors. What else can I say about this? A smooth texture. It's got rich, silky tannins that really complement those earthy tones, and it just slides down your throat because it's so delicious. Now, a lot of times they'll say that, hey, this is young and it can cellar for a while. So it is good now, but it's going to be really good in about a year after you've set it down in the cellar for a bit. We're actually going to use this in our pork dish that we're making today. So let's talk a bit about our pork dish. So we're doing a pork tenderloin with a, and I'm going to make the sauce for you. Let me put this on and I'll turn this around so you can see what I'm going to do with the sauce. But we're making a pork tenderloin with a Pinot Noir sauce that has mustard and butter in it and peppercorns. It's really simple. So we have shallots. Let me just move the camera and we can get over to the stove top so you can see exactly what I am going to do. I think that's a really, let's improve that view a bit. There we go. Okay, so we've got our butter going here. We're gonna get our shallots in here. And we're gonna have peppercorns. And give me this. So we're gonna let that cook a bit. I'm gonna add more butter in. So I've got an entire stick of butter, but I put a little bit of pat of butter in first. Let me grab my other ingredients here. I put a little pat of butter in first to kind of get these shallots going. And I'm gonna cook these shallots and the peppercorns together. Cooking the peppercorns in the butter is going to allow the oils to kind of come out and you'll get more of that peppery flavor from it as well. So, oh, it smells delicious already. Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna put in there is a kind of a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. So we have a 1/4 cup of chicken broth in there. Let's get that really going high. And we're gonna let that cook down a bit. After that cooks down, we're gonna add in our Pinot Noir. But while it's cooking down, I'm gonna start to add in the butter and let the butter start to melt. So we'll get a couple little pats of butter in there while that chicken broth is cooking down a bit. This is gonna be so good. You can't even begin to imagine what the smell is like right now. It's pretty incredible. So we got some good news yesterday, if you wanna hear that. We got our PPP loan, so we can start bringing the kids back to work, which I'm really excited about. That's gonna mean quite a bit for everyone that's been laid off at Big Bottom Market. So we're gonna open on Saturday, and we are going to start serving a limited menu out the door, and then we'll have the kids come back. We're gonna bring a smaller group back first, and then we'll bring everyone back, but we're gonna open up pretty much full time, except for Tuesdays, so we're usually closed on Tuesdays anyway. That will happen, that'll start happening on Saturday. Now I'm gonna get my Pinot Noir in here, and this is gonna cook down as well. We're gonna continue to add the butter into this, so I'll add a couple more pats of butter. And then I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of that Big Bottom Market gourmet mustard in there that has a little bit of a Creole bite to it. So you can use a Dijon mustard if you don't have this Big Bottom Market mustard, but you can also get this mustard on our Etsy page. Okay, so we're gonna get that all blended well, and we've gotta let everything cook down. We're gonna add the rest of the butter in here, and you're gonna let it melt. And like I said, we'll cook this down until it's about half. And once it's there, then we will go back to our pork, and I'm gonna slice some of it for you so you see how I'm slicing it. Hold on one second. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I just wanna give this a quick little taste. I don't think it's gonna need any salt, but you never know. Oh yeah, that's tasting really good. I think maybe, if any, just a pinch of salt, but I'm gonna test it one more time, and you should salt it based on what your favorite flavor profile is for the amount of salt. Okay, let's spin back around here because I want to get back to the pork real quick and just show you how I'm gonna cut this. So, by the way, I cooked this, so here's how I cook the pork. I pan sear it, and I use a pan that can go into the oven. I preheat the oven to 400 degrees, get that all hot and ready to go, and then I pan sear this with salt and pepper it liberally, and then I pan sear it with a little bit of olive oil to get this kind of brown color to it, because if you just put it in the oven, it's just going to look like flesh, and you don't want that. Okay, let me grab my knife right here. Okay, that's all clean and ready to go. There we go. Okay, so I cook it to 145, and then I let it rest for about 5 minutes. And you can see the center is somewhat pink, but it's gonna be, I love my pork cooked this way, and it's gonna be super moist. Let's dip it in here and see what that's like. And once that sauce is ready, it's gonna be really good. Okay, I'm gonna say some highs to people. Claire, hi. John Morrison, hello. Gary Saperstein, great chatting with you today. Michelle Fisher, how are you? TJ McCready, Patty Bauer, Nina, yay, all of my faves. I love it. If there are other people on there, thanks for watching today. I said I was going to go live tomorrow, but since we're opening the market back up, I have some running around to do to get food and things like that. So I'm going to be going live on Friday, and I'm going to be making the soup that we're going to be serving all weekend. The soup is a recipe based off of my friend Sandra Bernstein, who owns The Girl and the Fig over in Sonoma. I'm using her base creamy carrot soup recipe, and we add ginger to ours, so it's going to be a ginger carrot soup. People absolutely love it. And then I'll be drinking a Chenin Blanc from Dane Vineyard. So that's going to be delicious too. Dane is a really small producer. As you know, I love featuring small producers. Yeah, I'm really, that's it. That's exciting. It's a gorgeous day here in Sonoma County. I'm going to be walking my butt off. I'm trying to cut my own hair today. We'll see how that works. So I hope that everyone has a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching. It's good to see people, especially like a person like Michelle Fisher, big blast from the past. Anyway, have a wonderful day. I hope everyone has great food in their future today. Drink some good wine. Oh, hey, sojourncellars.com. That's where you have to go. And in order to get their wines, you have to get on their mailing list. Once you get on their mailing list, then you'll be able to get an allocation of their wine. So that's really important to note. Hard to get wines, really approachable. They're highly rated by Wine Spectator and Wine Enthusiasts. So I love them, and as does my father, who is a man of many wines. So he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, thanks everybody. Have a wonderful day.